Hello Maniacs, this is Hulkrex Maniac and welcome to Friday the 13th, the game. Now in today's video I'm going to be showing you Jason, part 3. Just going to be showing you his stats and tips on how I would play as Jason. So without further ado, here we go. So Jason's strengths are, he can run, he's strong with a weapon, and his grab is strong. So they're like the ideal what you need for starting out for Jason. This is just ideal really. So they aren't bad starting points for him. But then there is his weaknesses. They are stun resistance, sense and stalk. Now these are another things that you'll actually need for Jason, but obviously you have to take the hits with the blows with Jason's, because obviously these cannot be changed. These are fixed in for Jason, so you have to just choose wisely. So that's why I'm just showing you how I would play as this Jason. And also you have to choose wisely on your grab kills, and I will explain that in a bit more detail later into the video. So without further ado, here we go. So guys, we've started and we are in Jason's shack, and the first thing you want to do is to grab both of the throwing knives, because you only start off with 2 throwing knives as this Jason, so it's always better to make it double. Once you've done that, you want to look for the fuse box, which is up here, which is the little phone icon. So you want to go straight over to there and put your trap down. So basically you want to put your traps and stuff like that down first. The phone one's more important, because then everybody can escape if the phone is done shorter, which you don't want anyone to escape straight away. And then once you've done that, you want to go over to the car, especially the 4-seater, so you can put your trap down on the battery, and then put it down on the gas. It's entirely up to you if you want to put it in the driver's side as well. That's entirely up to you. But for the 4-seater, it's a bit 50-50. Depending on who you're playing up against. You've always got to sort of like bug the cars and stuff like that. If to survive on this game, that's the idea that I would always go for, and that's how I play it anyways. So always bug the cars so that they can't escape, or put any of the fuse in that in, because the only way to... 2 ways on how to do them is putting a pocket knife on them. Nobody wants to do that. Or setting them off, which if you set them off, Jason's going to know that you're there and he's going to come after you. So the next thing to do as Jason is turning off all the power. Now once you turn off all the power in certain areas, it will scare the counsellors, so the fear will go up, so you'll be able to track them down a little bit more easier. And as well, it is, well, as you know, it is absolutely pitch black as well, so that's why obviously you have the torches on, but it is really dark, and when you're scared you can't see anything, so it just makes it a lot more easier for Jason to catch the counsellors. So it's always worth taking every single one of them out, but always remember as well, when you're doing all these, try not to get distracted by the other counsellors. Just try and get your head down and just do what I've just done, because sometimes some counsellors will try fighting you to try and put you off, so that you can make a mistake and then they can start putting things in like the battery, gas, etc. So always remember to just aim for your goals and do that first. So once you've took the last power grid out, that is it. You can now do what Jason is meant to do from his mother, and that is go and get the counsellors. Now, as much as that sounds easy, sometimes it's not. There is a lot of good players out there, and I mean a hell of a lot of good players out there who know how to play as a counsellor. That doesn't mean that you can't catch the counsellors. So I'm just going to show you the best way on how I would deal with it. So the first thing to do is when you're coming up to the house, grab the throwing knives, because there is always one or two lying around. And then when you come up to a house, you smash the windows through. And then once you smash the windows, go for the door. Now there's a certain way on how I do this with the door. If you press the right analog stick in, it will put Jason into a combat position where you can hit the door with R2 and it will knock it down a lot more quicker. You can obviously just press R2, but that is a lot more slower, and I will show you now. So as you can see, pressing R3 and then R2 is a lot more quicker than just pressing R on the door. You're getting there a lot more quicker, and the best thing that you want to do is put more pressure on the counsellor so that they use as much of their stamina as they can, so they're easier to catch. Okay guys, so I'm just going to give you a few little tips on that what I picked up along the way, and hopefully this will help you along the way as well. So the best thing to do if counsellors decide to try and kill you is basically just to slash at them as much as you can. As much as you start slashing at them, you've got a really strong weapon and you can just hack them down quite easily with about 3 to 4 hits. You are going to take a few blows, but this Jason is strong and the mask does not come off as easy as well. So don't always be afraid to slash, even if there is some toxic players out there. Don't be afraid to just start slashing away, because at the end of the day you're there to kill the counsellors any way necessary as your mother tells you to. Okay, so for my next tip, and this one is aimed right at Tommy, is I would say never ever grab Tommy. And the only reason is for that is because he always has a pocket knife and he has a shotgun as well, and that does take a bit of damage off you. But if you just slash at Tommy, then he can't use his pocket knife and he dies very quickly, because obviously Tommy is the best character on the game and people take advantage of that, and there is a lot of good players out there who like to be Tommy as well. So if you just hack away at Tommy, he can't use his pocket knife and he becomes basically useless. Okay guys, so I did mention at the start of the video I was going to talk a bit more about Jason's grab kills, and the most important kill that you want on there is his head punch, and the only reason is for that because it's a 5-second animation and all the other animations are way longer than that. So if you have somebody who is trying to get away in the car with a friend, if you went up and grabbed hold of the driver and use head punch as quickly as you can, that's only going to take 5 seconds. No one can get in their car and start up the car and be able to get away if you use that animation. If you use a different animation, which is going to be longer than like 15 seconds, which there is ones that long, they're going to get away in the car, and you don't want to be on the back foot. So you want to be using that when you're in a tight situation. If you're on your own, if there's only one counsellor on their own and you want to use a different one, then fine, fair enough, that's fine. But it's just when it becomes a little bit busy and you want to use that, and it will get you a lot more kills and it will make mummy proud. So guys, that's as much as I can show you for this Jason. The rest is all down to you, but if you follow this guide, this should help you out a little bit more, and you'll be able to catch all them counsellors to make mummy proud. And also, this does not guarantee you to always catch all the counsellors. As I've said, there is a lot of good counsellors out there. This is only just to help you out a little bit, and that is it. So if you are new to the channel, like and subscribe. It does help me out a lot and I do appreciate it as well. And I have a lot more videos on my channel, live streams and shorts. So without further ado, this is Hulk X Maniac Over and out.